naked, right? Because you cover up to here, you reveal the whole of the bum and all of those things. Now, if I allow my wife to take that as a pregnancy shoot, right, and I can post it out there, right, then what stops me from allowing her to take a picture of a bikini if that is what she wants? Now, to me, I begin to understand it that maybe is it that I have double standards. When it is pregnancy, I think it's fine.
That's what it is, really.
When it comes to maybe, for example, he says that he can allow her to post it if we are together.
Exactly.
But she can then not take it by herself and post. You know, for me, I think it's just important that we know what works for us as an individual and maintain a constant standard across board.
Now, I don't want to lose this train of thought, because I think the emphasis of what he's trying to say here is a lot of people are posting almost nude photos with no reason behind it.
Exactly.
Just to, maybe they're just doing it for likes. So he doesn't want to be associated with a woman that's putting all of that stuff out there.
But when he's in the picture.
Now, what he also said was, if it's a form of business, maybe you sell products and you're advertising those products.
There's a
different motive there. You understand? But for somebody on their own that just decides, you know what we call the thirst trap, when somebody just puts all of that stuff out there constantly, and then you ask the person, why do you always post? You're not selling anything, you're not advertising anything. What you're actually putting out there is showing off nudity. Then they ask you why, and you have no logical reason or explanation.
That's your interpretation of what that is.
No, but
not for everybody.
That's what I'm saying. If I ask a girl now that's posting all of these things, why do you post it? And I'm trying to date you, and I'm looking for the explanation, and you can't give me that explanation.
Why do you post the other pictures you post that does not have whatever it is? The semi-nudity,
that's another point.
But why do you post those?
You just do it for likes.
Well, no. Why do you post the other pictures with your new Snickers? Sorry, no, I'm asking a question. It's very important. Why do you post the new Snickers, the nice up drip, and the new native and all of that? Why do you post those?
Maybe to show off.
Yes, to show off.
To show your nice drip, right?
Why not?
Exactly. I'm trying to show what I look like.
That's why I said it's not a problem for some people. Just like you said, you can actually date a girl that does that.
Quincy looks good naked. That's why he's only posting himself. You know, let's flip it now. For guys now, how often do guys, like show skin? Would you ever what about you?
Well, I don't have a lot of guys who look good. I don't have six packs, so I don't know what the other.
If you had, would you?
Really, if I'm a model? Or
no, you're not. That's the thing. You're not a model. You just have a physically fit self that you want to put on showcase. And I'm sure
I am probably in the gym, right? And the reason is simple.
Baba, if I get six pack today,
you guys are no, what you have, you can still show off.
You don't see the jacket I'm wearing. Let me get six pack today. You guys are in trouble.
A lot of guys don't look good naked. That's why.
I'll Elon Musk Twitter with my page. All right, let's jump to the next story, because we only have 1 hour for the show. Now, this is very controversial. I'm going to read it out for you guys. It says, a sugar daddy trained his sugar baby through school. He arranged for her brother to leave the country to hustle. An entire family was uplifted because of adultery. Yes. Now, aside from that fact, women's adultery hardly benefits even the side dude. We can see how men are good people. So the problem here, what the guy was saying, is that when a sugar baby finally gets married and starts snooping around her husband's phone for proof of cheating, that is giving wickedness and some other blah 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 things. But basically what they're saying is people benefit more from sugar daddies than the guys benefit from sugar mommies.
I saw something
related. All families benefit from
I saw something related recently when a guy was probably saying that if you have a sugar mommy, she will expect so much from you, like you must give her. But for sugar daddies, sometimes they just go, babe, how are you? Just check your account balance. You just probably rub belly small, do some, and then you don't have to do so much, and you just 300k for attractive fare. But if it's the other way around, the guy will have to do so much work to satisfy the sugar mommy. I think just like this, they usually say, this word no balance.
I wanted to say you have some sugar daddy tendencies in your brain. I'm not accusing you. Your wife might be watching.
That's the challenge. You can see that I'm playing safe.
See, that's why I love having Quincy Jones on the show, because I'm sure he has had a sugar mommy experience.
Talk to us.
No.
You haven't?
No, I haven't. No,
But you're looking forward to
it's no. I really thought I could, but I got to the front and I washed out. So yeah, no.
But what is it? What is it about having a sugar daddy that's so beneficial for the female, but it's not beneficial for a guy that has a sugar mom? It's like for a sugar mom, it's more like it's for the sexual pleasure.
I think if you look at the society generally, it's the balance of how money flows, right? Generally, it is believed that money flows from the guy in the direction of the female, right? And one of the ways you really want to show that you love a lady is how much you can actually release in her direction, right? But if you flip it on the other side, in that sense, is how much you can perform, right? So if you look at it, it's almost like the scale is already imbalanced by societal values. So it is just, it just moved into different sectors. It's the same way if you look at even a married man and a married woman, you see that money would generally flow more in the direction of the wife from the guy than from the wife to the husband. So I think it's just that same formula, that cuts across whatever form of relationship that exists between a guy and a lady.
That's why he's a life coach. This guy,
sounds honestly.
He just broke it down. Now I'll never be a sugar daddy.
That's why Yorubas call it agbano.
What does that mean?
No, agbaere. So it takes away the profits from your business, something like that. So
with this scenario, I think the man is not even complaining. The sugar daddy is not complaining.
Yeah, but
he's acting like God sent me to actually help these
the whole
people.
family is uplifted.
And that's why I say
the brother is taken abroad, the mother is taken care of, the whole family is just enjoying.
The man is an answered prayer. He's God sent. Like, please, just go and help this family. Like, show the direction of adultery.
I don't think
it's more or less like a testimony now.
I've even heard stories of people that even went to church to go and do testimony of how they got financial breakthrough
from the
sugar daddies.
They won't specifically say sugar daddy. They say somebody that got sent.
That's the background of what we call soft life now on social media.
Absolutely.
But anyway, we are not advocates of adultery on the show. So
no, we're not.
Be as faithful as you can. But anyway, let's take a quick break. Some of us need to refill our cups and have some drinks. It's the Black Table. When we come back, we'll have more for you. Don't forget the hashtag The Black Table on TVC on all social media platforms. With your questions, we shall return.
Welcome to the Maxwell Chart Show. Yo, that's what's up right there, man. Yo.
This gentleman over here goes by the name Real Skills, aka the one and only Magic King.
Yes, that's what's up. Tell him. And of course, to my right, I got, Dion, aka King Dion in the beauty right hand, man. Yes, showing off his muscles.
At least I like to think they're muscles.
Yeah, right?
You don't need to pay cab fare and be going far. You can just walk around the country.
You don't need to stress to see chicks.
Tell you,
just go from the west to the east, go from the north to the south.
My cab fare is like $8,000. Where you coming from, honey? The other side of the world?
No, but interesting stuff, Barry.
Well, I mean, it's cool, no problem. Since my bro has an issue with me going into caves with some of the beautiful women in Vietnam, and it's because they actually know the cave better than I do.
I don't have an issue with that though. Like you going with some chick here and there.
I only went into the cave because she let me into the cave.
But for instance, y'all should get a room and not.
No, why get it? It's a cave. It's a big cave.
But this time I turn up the volume
on the Max World Chart Show.
Welcome back. This is the Black Table on TVC. Now, who says a man shouldn't take care of his hair? Well, I do, but for a better detail on how to do that, check out this little video on simple hair wash routine, and we'll be right back.
Ladies and fellas, this is our second male feature. I'm going to use his hair to show a simple wash routine to keep your hair clean and moisturized. I'm starting him off with a shampoo to clean his hair and scalp. As I apply it, I'm using just my finger beds and not my fingernails to massage the shampoo into his scalp. Also, shampoo could be pretty drying, so I actually don't apply it to his hair, although it gets on there inevitably. I focus just on his scalp, and the shampoo will run down his strands as he rinses it out. After you've rinsed the shampoo, you're going to apply conditioner to your hair. When I applied the shampoo, I focus just on the scalp, but when I apply products, I focus just on the hair. You don't want to apply conditioners directly to your scalp because the product can clog your hair follicles. So notice I haven't used any combs or brushes yet, but adding conditioner to your hair restores that moisture and slip so that you can use a comb and a brush. Once you've got the conditioner throughout all of your hair, you can detangle your hair with a wide tooth comb or detangling brush. You're going to start at the ends of your hair and work toward the root. If you start at the root, the comb will get stuck. So you want to start at the ends of your hair, work your way towards the roots, being super gentle with your hair. And once you're done with one area, you're going to move on to another area, starting again from the ends of the strands and working down towards the roots. If you have hair that's much longer or really thick, section your hair and detangle a section at a time. That'll make it easier for you and it'll help you to further avoid breakage. So I'm letting the conditioner sit in his hair for as long as the products specify for a deep treatment. This step is the most important on a wash day because it restores the moisture that the shampoo is taking out. So always follow a shampoo with it. Make sure that the conditioner you use somehow specifies deep condition or deep treatment. Otherwise, it may not be effective enough for this step. After everything's rinsed out, you'll moisturize your hair with the leave-in conditioner. If you don't moisturize your hair after you've washed and deep conditioned, you might find that your hair is pretty dry afterwards, because once everything is rinsed out, your hair is in a naked state and without any product or moisture. This next step is optional. If you find that your hair is still dry after the leave-in, you can apply a little bit of oil. So the science behind this is that oil and water obviously do not mix. If you apply oil after moisturizing your hair, it will hold the moisture and keep it from leaving the strands. Use a comb to distribute the product throughout the hair. Typically, our hair ends up in a natural fro, so you can leave it as is and let it air dry, or you can style it how you usually style it using the styling products that you like to use. But the purpose of this video was simply to show you the basic steps to a wash routine. Hopefully this was pretty simple for you. Like and subscribe down below if it was, and if it was helpful, drop a heart. And as always, thanks for watching. For style ideas, click the video to see the twist out I did for our last male feed.
Alright, I'm sure the likes of Mazino would love that video. But you can see guests like Boluwatife and Yomi are wondering, honestly, you have some hair on your head, don't you? Anyway, you guys can actually take some. But what do you think about the? I know you guys. There was a time in your life you had hair.
Oh well, I've always desired to grow, but when the thing started doing moonwalk, we had to.
Indeed, the moonwalk.
How long have you had this?
2 years now.
2 years?
Three.
And you like it, right? It gives you that look. I like that. What about you? How long have you had short hair like this?
I think for as long as I've been an adult.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm trying to grow mine. It's a Zeno thing.
Well, I think I left it a while I was in school. This comrie thing. You just must leave your hair so that they can say you are habitualized. You understand? But,
I have a feeling that women actually like. I don't know if I'm wrong, but some women like guys with hair.
Yeah, they love playing with it, dipping their fingers, rolling in, and all that. This isn't bad. The hair is high.
It's not bad at all. You guys, I'm thinking of shaving mine.
Please come and join.
I'm thinking of shaving mine. Quincy, let's see your hair. Take off the cap.
Why?
Let's just see your hair. Sell your market. You might.
You see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
We can see.
I need to comb it.
All right, so while he's combing our hair, we're going to have another refill. And when we come back, we're going to talk about our major story about the influencer culture and what men actually have to do to step up. Don't touch any frequency. Keep it right here on TVC, The Black Table. We'll be back.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw ether material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help welcome to the show, La General, the one and only Pere Egbe. Which of the following is false about teeth? We are born with 20 primary teeth. Teeth are the hardest substance in the body. Teeth are the strongest bones in the body.
Teeth is not a bone, actually.
Teeth can self-repair.
The strongest bone in the body, no. Teeth is not a bone.
Final answer?
Teeth is not a bone. You know what came to my head now? That sound. Crickets.
So, editor, you can put that cricket sound there. Where you can still put it down too.
When was the first Gulda Ultimate Search? Editor?
Don't put any cricket sound. I'm talking. Okay, Pere.
Welcome back. Now for our major topic of discussion on The Black Table. Remember, you can send in your questions with the hashtag The Black Table on TVC. The influencer economy, hustle or hype. What do men need to do to level up? Now, this is basically like a case study, because a lot of people over the course of the week have been talking about a friend of mine, Nedu, who's an on-air personality. He's been talking about the entertainment industry and how everyone has been compromised, both women and men. For the men, he used the word fruity, which questions people who have actually put in the work in the industry, whether male or female. People that have put in the work and people that have gone through other means to basically establish themselves. At this point, I'd like to start with Mr. Quincy Jones, because I know we're in the same industry. You and I are in the same industry. And you know, like Nedu made a couple of statements of things he has seen and experienced. And I know you and I have experienced a lot and seen stuff as well before I come to these two gentlemen.
Yes.
So what does a man have to do in any industry? Some people say sometimes you have to compromise yourself, compromise your standards, your morals, your principles. What is your take on the story of influencers? And who do you think an influencer is in the first place?
An influencer is a person with the ability to drive market towards a certain goal, product, or establishment, you know. But the ability to drive a certain amount of people, drive numbers towards a certain product, and probably yield sales or whatever the target is. The biggest song that really focuses on a man was about a woman. What's the name of that song? It is a man's world. Yeah.
James Brown.
James Brown, yes. I feel like it kind of mirrors what reality is, and I don't think it would ever change no matter how much men decide to fight it. It would never really be. We can't level up if we're comparing to the competing gender, not exactly, but the other gender, which is being female.
Yeah.
Although, you know.
Now, I came to you first for another reason, because, like I said, you and I are basically in the same industry. So sometimes people look at their peers, they look at their mates in the industry, and they be like, this person is doing a whole lot better than I am. What are they doing to advance themselves?
I'll say this.
You think as if this guy do something special, this guy do something different?
Dan, this is it. I'll say they try to evade them, but you know what?
We go talk them.
Either way, this is it. Men live in the world of unfairness. If you're a banker, the woman gets the job before you. If you're whatever, the woman gets the job before you. I'm sorry. Now, for instance, even as a broadcaster, half the time, the woman gets the job before you. Man, hear my voice. That sounds great, right?
Yeah, of course.
The woman gets the job before you. And then you listen to the woman. Look, I feel like it's okay if the woman gets the job before you, but can the woman at least try to be better than I am? You know? But why is a woman getting the job over me when she sounds like a dog who has a nylon stuck in her throat? You know, very unappealing. You know, you might as well just try to make her level up and have the same or a better level of intellect compared to mine. Right? But unfortunately, no. Most of the people at the helms of affairs of selection are men who have, can I say penises?
You've said it already.
Male genitalia.
Keep going.
Sorry. They have male genitalia. And for some weird reason or the other, they must succumb to the needs of it by, you know, going for that gender. It is all over. How many male teller guys have you seen at banks?
They exist.
They try to, in comparison to females, right?
There's a point you made there that really gets.
It gets where I want land.
It's not just the entertainment industry. Forget what Nedu said.
I just said banker.
Yeah, banker. In so many industries, basically in every industry, there's certain people that stand out, and people are trying to comprehend, how is this person advancing more than I am when we're doing the same job? Do you have any experience in that kind of field?
Yeah, of course.
Definitely.
You know, I used to work in a bank, and sometimes while we are hustling to get ourselves a good suit, you know, to wear, we just realized that the lady who just got employed last 2 weeks already have about 4 or 5, you know, in a wardrobe, and most times we found out that it's gifts from colleagues, male colleagues in the office.
You're a fine girl now. What are you talking about?
I love you. I like you. I think this suit will be okay for you. Okay, don't you like me too? Don't I look attractive as a guy to you that you can also pass me some tea?
You don't have it. That thing, you don't have it, bro.
I think the world is not just fair to my gender, and I also think that there is a lot of expectations. You know, as a guy, people want you to be far above your peers, even your girls. I mean, your wife or your chicks. They will be expecting that you should do so much more for them, and they will start comparing with their friends.
Other people that are doing that.
Look at Stella. Look at our boy. Look at our guy. He's doing this for her. Why are you not doing this for me? And if care is not taken, like we said earlier on, you might compromise. You just notice that all the principles that you've been growing up with, that you've been keeping sacred and all that, you just notice that they just go down the drain just because you want to level up, just because you want to meet the people's expectation and all that.
Yeah.
So for me,
now with everything you guys have said so far, I don't know, it just came to my mind that it's almost like, you know, from a tertiary institution, you hear things like maybe sex for grades, for people to be able to advance. You now come out of that environment to the working class, and I'm coming to you with this, where people now have to say, okay, what are you doing to get what you need? Now, there's something you said as well that says, okay, so what about me? I'm good looking, I'm attractive, why is she getting this? That makes some men, based on their sexuality, be a bit fruity, like Nedu would suggest. So what are your thoughts on that? Because men are also starting to compromise their sexuality to advance in their careers, not just women.
So since the conversation has been going on, I've been thinking of what angle to come in without maybe making this thing sound too simple and cliche-like, and maybe from a life coaching perspective. But I really cannot take off my cap as a life coach on this conversation.
Okay.
And interestingly, about the opportunity of working with a lot of people across industries, across climes, in terms of advancing their career, right? Either in entertainment, in the banking, whatever. And interestingly, when we flip the coin around a bit, you begin to hear the female world also talk about the imbalance that they also suffer in terms of selection for certain kind of roles. Now, and that is what led to gender equality, the advocacy in that regard, and all of those things. The reason is simply because if we want to really be honest and want to look at these things, sorry, just before you come in, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There are certain industries, right, that the female sexuality or the female physique is an enhancement of the selling of the product, right? For example, entertainment, right? Somebody wants to do, somebody that will do a model for a product, right? Because of the fact that, and it's simple psychology, we all know that a guy would gravitate in the direction of the female, right? So somebody is trying to sell a car, but a lady is posing on the car, and you're wondering, who are you selling, the car or the lady? It's just because of the understanding of marketing, psychology, and all of those things that comes into that space. So people that are in the entertainment world, right, because of the fact that, you know, you are putting out your show not just because of the content of it, but because of the presenters. So you are looking at the guy that is looking really hot as one person that will attract a lot of person to your show. The same way you are looking at a lady.
Okay, so let me break this down like this. What does a man, what do men have
to do to level up? So this is the question for me, and you know, I always try to point everybody that I talk to at every point in the direction of value. In the direction of value, because at the end of the day, the lady we are talking about is bringing certain kinds of values. Either it is work value or some other kind of value. What you as a guy then needs to do is to shift your focus from your marginalization, for lack of a better word, and begin to really ask yourself, if I'm going to thrive in this place, what will my value be? What else am I going to bring to the table that will become my distinctive
but here's the thing. Now I'm coming to Quincy. Here's the thing, Quincy, I want you to also add this to what you want to say.
Okay, got it.
If women are basically putting sex on the table and advancing themselves, what stops men, regardless of, okay, even if their sexuality is not straight, also doing the same?
Sorry, let me start with your last statement.
Yeah.
A lot of women are not actually putting sex on the table, right? If a lady walks into a room with you as the boss, right, she's not out here saying, oh, I'm hot. No. The first thing is she's looking at you and trying to see if you're one of those guys.
Yeah.
That's it. What men need to do to equalize is first have bloody self-control. That word, you know.
So that means you are flipping the coin.
No, I'm not flipping the coin, because half of the bigger problem is our agenda. Have you seen men? Have you been around men? They have no self-control. Bro, I'm out here, no offense, I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
I cannot, you know, try to get who I want. I get turned down, no, yes. I move on with my life. Bro, these men, so there's a quick instance. Sorry, Gan.
I'm with you.
I'm at a certain bar. I'm in Ikoyi every single day. I used to live there. I'm going to this certain bar. I'm surrounded by multimillionaires and billionaires, actually.
Yeah.
Not exaggerating. And then this particular man, every once in a while, I try to get his attention. Oh, pitch ideas, all this and all that. It's like, nice one, nice one. He sees me, hey, Quincy, what's up? At least he recognizes my existence.
Yeah.
Bro, the day I was going to a club, right? Yeah. But it wasn't time, so I branched at that place. I went there with two very hot girls. I didn't realize they were that hot until the man started paying attention. But essentially, I became that man's best friend because I go there with babe. Way makes sense. Till today, he will randomly call me and say, what's up? When are you doing your next party? When are you going out? When are you? Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
But bro, can you have self-control? Can you be wanted at least? Do you know what I mean? You exist in a space where you're desired. You know, let the girl actually do that thing in Nollywood where they bend over on the table to try to seduce you. Can you at least be seduced? Now lie. they see they must try to do.
Let me
that's what. I'm sorry. That puts every guy at a disadvantage because your boss is out there being Oloju cannot come out his eye.
Being Randy.
Yeah, bro. No, bro, I know the word. Don't worry. It gives better expression that way. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah. So essentially, control yourself. If you do, you will see clearly and see, no, you don't deserve the job. You deserve the bloody job. And a lot of people can level up.
Now, what I wanted to put to you, Quincy, is this.
Put it to me, bro.
This guy that you met, just a random example. If he was fruity and was not interested in the females, and he was making advances towards you because you are looking for a better job, you're looking for investments from this billionaire, and he proposed a situation for you as a man, as a lot of women get proposed to, and he proposed a situation to you that you have to do something a little bit naughty and nasty. That puts you in the right place.
It's a little bit.
I know you're very straight, Quincy. I know that for a fact. I know you're straight. But if such a situation presents itself to a man, what should he do?
What should he do?
Yeah.
Do the right thing.
What is the right thing?
Not do what he wants.
Because you're straight.
Dependent.
What if you were not straight?
What if I was fruity?
Yes.
I can't even imagine that, but okay.
No, I can't imagine you fruity. It's just doesn't fit the Quincy Jones. But no, but
look, I'm sorry, but it's still really, yes, I will answer your question, gang, but it still really boils down to the initial statement, which is self-control. Even if you are a fruity guy, aiming as a fruity guy, and you at least be chaste, yeah, you know. Now, Seb, to answer your question, what's the word now? Fruity guy, fruity guy, single guy, straight guy. Bro, everybody should chill.
Fruity looks.
And develop your life. Develop your career. Like, have something enough to get into a boardroom or to get into a presentation room, an interview, and you're speaking, and you actually matter to whoever you're speaking to.
So, which is
you have
the direction you get. Okay, let me allow you finish.
I'm down.
Let me just jump in, right?
Yeah, because it's real life. I've experienced it too many times.
Whoa, hold on. You've experienced what so many times?
What? Selecting a lady over me? That's my daily life.
I thought it was the fruits.
Not the fruit. No. But see, no, I'm not the spec for the fruity guys. That's the why. The only reason I've had fruity advances like maybe twice in my life. I have guys that get fruity advances like almost every day of their existence. Yes, now that show, that reality TV show. Yes, now they used to do it now. Yes, so you have an example, which is there's this dude that went on. I think it was that same Nedu show, and he was all about he was telling the experience about some fruity dude who wanted fruity. Fruity, whatever, fruity stuff. Well, he's not the first guy. I was looking. Everybody was in the comment. People were in the comment section like, "Oh my God, shocked," and all of that. I'm like, bro, I heard this like 20 billion times already. Good-looking guys, they offer you fruity. A fruit basket, bro. Fruit salad, I know that. Yes. I don't know who really take out.
Okay. Let me hear your
guys. I actually want to pick it up from where it stopped. The value thing. Truly, the word is not fair to my gender, but nevertheless, I think what we should rather focus on is to work on ourselves.
Yeah.
And because I recall that. While I was working in one of the financial industry some times ago, and I used to be a marketer, and I was quite good. At least for 3 consecutive months, I was the best staff. So for you to know that I was actually good. But my boss at some point said he needs to get me a partner, a female partner, so that at least the female partner will open doors, because of course
that's not how she opened.
She will definitely open doors. I will get to a place, you'll meet some men with tough face, but the moment you just look up and see a beautiful lady, they'll be like, okay, talk to me. I want to hear you more. So tell me about that, and all that. So, but nevertheless, what I now did was I worked on myself. Like Okay, yes, I compromise, but I'll tell you how I compromise. Number one,
you're free?
No. Sorry, that.
Maybe you meant
I don't do
female.
No, not even that. Like, I don't do late night outings and all that.
Except the black table.
No, the black table brought me out tonight. Anyway, but I had to start doing that then, just because I wanted to, socialize, meet people. Because of course there are some men that when you get to them and you offer me a drink, for example, and I say, sorry brother, yes, I don't drink. You're like, you are a bad person. How can you not be drinking?
Yes.
Do you girls too? You say, no sir, I'm a faithful. Do you smoke? You say you don't smoke. I can't deal with you. No, there are men like that. They say they can't deal with you. So what do you need to do? Not exactly, that you compromise to a larger extent, but of course at least show them that show some level of empathy. Be in their shoes, show that you care about them, that what they are doing is not entirely bad. You can even socialize so that you can get their buy-in and what you need from them. So those are the things that we can actually do. And of course, like I said, it may take a while. But if you remain focused,
you're going to get it at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, you'll be much more celebrated.
My question is, why do you have to do that?
Compromised.
Why do you have to extra focus? Why do you have to be?
Because why do you have chancing you?
I'm sorry, but why do we have to exist in a world where I must be 200% better than?
Okay,
sorry, boss. I'm sorry. Why do I have to be 200% better than the female who is also competing with me, not by knowledge, but just by assets given to her by her parents?
Because you're 100%.
Whatever you have deficiency in, you need to work more on it. And in fact, God expects you.
Men they get self-control.
So let me see your self-control. I think it's the other way.
When I called him
Sydney, Quincy,
I was thinking about somebody that didn't have self-control. When Quincy says this self-control, what he's saying is the self-control should come from those people that are already established, that are dishing out these opportunities to people.
No, it's coming from men in general. If you are a man, born man, have self-control.
Probably that would discourage the ladies.
Bro, look, I'm not even messing with you. I don't have money. I never blow.
We know.
But bro, I promise you that you don't. I promise you that self-control has made my life a lot better. I see stuff. I see when to say no and increase the appetite, by the way. But I see when to say no, and then I see when to say yes.
You worked hard on yourself to have that self-control. So it's like working 200 times better than the other person. I hope you understand.
I get where Quincy is coming from. And I understand, but that self-control you're talking about needs to be all round. From those that are demanding things from women, from the fruity people that are demanding things from your male counterparts, they should have self-control to not demand these things. The problem is this: we're all sitting down here. If certain people walk in here now and say, we're offering you guys this so on the table, we can have self-control to say no. But they should have self-control to not even ask us in the first place. So like, that's the part that's the bone I'm picking with you. The self-control we can.
Why is the bone?
But they shouldn't even present it to us in the first place. But when I say, let me get Tife's point of view.
So I actually want to say something here, right? And I quite understand where he's coming from.
You sound like you're at that table and I'm here.
No, I understand.
I like that.
I understand where it's coming from.
Yeah.
But I like to look at life from a particular perspective,
which is
the fact that, and I think this mindset was formed for me when I was probably 200 or 300 level, when I read a book titled The Road Less Traveled. Now, the concept in that book is the fact that, it was talking about the Chinese, how they raise their kids. And it's with the mentality that life is going to throw you 1,000 kg punch. Now, what that means is that it makes the child to grow and develop twice as hard, such that when life begins to throw 500 kg, you guys feel like, life is being kind to me. It's throwing 500 because it has been prepared to expect 1,000 kg. But somebody that was raised to expect maybe 200, 300, by the time life is throwing 300, it's feel like, hey, life has finished me. Now, because of that, I have been skewed to think more of the fact that, life in itself is not designed to be fair to anybody. What that means for me as a person, sorry, just let me finish the line of thought. What that means for me then is that I you know, by the time life is throwing me whatever it is throwing me, I already have, you know, this expectation of the possibility of it. And I call it I call it contemplation, that, okay, what if this thing happens to me? How am I going to cope? What am I going to do differently? So for me as a person, I've thought about the possible things that can ever happen to me in this life. That if I begin to tell you about them, you say, why are you thinking so negative?
Could you tell me the name of that book again?
The Road Less Traveled.
Okay, so you guys heard the name of the book. We're going to take a quick break. We have a couple of questions that are coming in on our social media that we need to take before the show wraps up. But what I can say right now is, do not compromise your morals,
because
your
of what
values,
you're trying to
your
get.
principles. Do not compromise that, no matter what happens. And with that, have your own belief structure that helps you work on yourself, improve yourself as a better person, and hopefully you will be able to level up. When we come back, we'll look at some of your questions. Don't forget the hashtag is #TheBlackTable on TVC. We'll be right back because I'm thirsty and I need to drink.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help welcome to the show, La General, the one and only Pere Egbe. Which of the following is false about teeth? We are born with 20 primary teeth. Teeth are the hardest substance in the body. Teeth are the strongest bones in the body.
Teeth is not a bone, actually.
Teeth can self-repair.
The strongest bone in the body, no. Teeth is not a bone.
Final answer?
Teeth is not a bone. You know what came to my head now? That sound. Crickets.
But anyway, we have enough time to take some of your questions that came in here via our social media. You can still send in your questions that we will address even though the show is over. The hashtag to use is #TheBlackTable on TVC. We have a question that came in here from @Remy. @Remy says, gang, let's sack Mazzino, because what is this smoothness of anchoring? You see this female influencer thingy, we cannot talk this talk finish. Let's just leave it at that. Zeno is a good friend. I can't let him lose his job, and I can't let him lose his wife. So he'll be back pretty soon. But I like what you're saying about female influencers. I think people have taken just that female influencer thing, to an extreme. What do you think? Let me start with Quincy Jones. Female influencers. You think they basically have more numbers than the male influencers?
Every single time. So no, but that's the existence of even social media.
Yeah. And I'm sure you'll agree this is something that we can't finish in one night.
We can't. It's a whole lot. The existence on a platform of a female who might appear averagely attractive because of a lot of thirsty men would result to numbers and or financial upliftment at every single point.
He says it so professionally. Let's take this next question. This is from Damilade, who says, what do men need to level up? They should go and do bum bum. with a hashtag that says, that's all.
You did not lie.
You know, it's true now. BBL, women are doing surgeries. BBL is all over the place. In fact, it's so crazy that sometimes when you're out in public, you're contemplating, is this real or not?
But you know that guys are also wearing six-pack, like
wearing.
How many guys
for war?
Those guys are not making money in this country, bro.
Why should you guys?
I've seen a lot. So you know,
if you're doing steroids, maybe, and you're working.
So you wear it on your body, and then it gives you. So when you wear like a top on it, it gives you that.
I think enough of this fake life and all that. It's not working.
All right, there's another question here. Let's see. At Outlook.com, this is a frequent watcher of the show. She says, hello, gentlemen. Quincy, our guy. Just speaking my mind from head to toe. Sorry to delve away from the topic, but men have no self-control. None whatsoever. Absolutely. They believe that they are natural flirts, and their wives or girlfriends should understand. But when the table flips, it becomes a family issue, and she hisses, spelling it out.
Okay, so this person is the other gender, right?
Yes, unfortunately. She says men have no self-control.
What's her name?
What's her name? It's Outlook.com.
Outlook.com, bro. Yes. I need your, madam, I need your name.
So Outlook.com believes that men have no self-control. That's why we're in this predicament in the first place.
She must be hurt because I feel like she must have expected.
That's agree with her to an extent. What brought us here?
100%.
What brought us here? The lack of self-control, which we still exhibit till now.
Which is quite unfortunate, and it's not something we can take away from the table forever. It has been before we came. It will continue after we're gone.
You mean it's from Adam?
well,
it's lack of self-control that Adam used to chop the fruit. Now, what are you saying? If you get self-control, if you tell Eve, say no now,
I know they chop this thing.
That's Quincy Jones for you. You see, I told you have to love this guy. You have to love this guy. But that's another thing to think about. Please, you can keep on sending your messages. One just came in right now. Bumi says, male influencers, sorry, the women influencers, now them get the world.
No, it's even amazing that you see married women sometimes doing videos on TikTok, and if they have not done this 360 thing and shake their...
Got you. Sorry, let me touch on TikTok quickly because, you know.
We're almost out of time. Well, go ahead.
This is it. If you are a guy on TikTok, you have to rack your brain. What content, what information am I putting out, what this am I doing, what is just to create an account that might develop followers. But as a lady,
just shake it.
Bro, I'm not even joking. This is real life. Shake it for 2 weeks. Honestly. Watch your followers triple. Shake it for, shake it to recent songs trending and watch your followers grow. Shake it for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 1 month. Baba, no worry now. If you like, they talk about Nostradamus as a guy. But
all right,
don't worry.
So with that said, it's basically saying shake it till you make it.
They've been doing that way long ago.
Anyway, so we have a segment of the show where we give guys some manly tips, just a tip. I spoke to Yomi Oke Siwaju earlier on, and I asked him to give us a tip. Do you want to give us a very quick, short tip? You just look into that camera right there, and just give them a quick tip, a quick male tip to guide them for this weekend.
All right, let's just pick it from our conversation so far. Self-control may be hard, but I think is one of the values that we need to imbibe as men. So please, guys, keep it real with self-control.
All right, and I guess that's our show for this week. Don't forget, follow us on all social media. Put up your comments with the hashtag DBlackTable on TVC. My name is Gang, G-A-N-G. Thank you to our guests for stopping by. And Mazino, we do not miss you. But see you next week. See you next week at 11 p.m. on a Friday on The Black Table. Good night and God bless.